Like, it just doesn't appear that you can't just say, well, you can have a house.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not like what is it, Ellen or Oprah?
Oprah, yeah.
One for you, right? All right, so here we are in the doghouse, and I'm here with Mike Rock. Mike, thanks for coming in here. Today we're in the Scarborough office of Fontaine. This office is right next to the marsh, right over the line from Saco, and it's a beautiful little office here. And I'm Dave Foster. I'm a full-time professional realtor in the state of Maine, and I use video-first marketing to help my clients get top dollar for their homes. And today, Mike Rock is going to talk a little bit about a new product that they have that allows buyers maybe an edge to getting into a home that they may have missed out on without the product. Mike works for Annie Mac Home Mortgage out of Cumberland, Maine, and the new program is called Cash2Keys. So what is this Cash2Keys thing?
It's a really exciting program. Over the last 12 months, it's been a very unique market. So the struggles that most buyers have been facing are going against cash offers and home sale contingencies. So the executive level at Annie Mac decided, let's come up with some programs to help solve these problems, to help these buyers that are really well qualified, that just need to find a home, need to get a little edge, going against lots of cash, or having to sell a house first. So Cash2Keys, if you look at it as like an umbrella, this side is cash offer. So what does that do? That removes the mortgage contingency. Wow, that's pretty cool. So basically, you're submitting your offer that's non-contingent on a mortgage and closer to cash. The only requirement is an appraisal, and assuming that the appraisal hits, or we can do appraisal gaps, appraisal waivers, it will be a guaranteed close for the seller. So we will close the deal on time. If for some reason they lose a job or God forbid something like that happens, Cash2Keys will step in and purchase the property.
Yeah, that sounds great. There was a lot in there.
There was a lot in there.
A little bit to unpack,
Yeah.
though. But so as a listing agent and buyer agent, I know that trying to get buyers into properties and go up against cash offers is tough. And 33%, I think the National Association of Realtors just said 33% of homes are bought by cash.
Right.
And I'm sure that includes some of the larger companies that are buying homes. But still, I know there are a lot of cash buyers out there. So when a seller is looking at their offers that are coming in, multiple offers, and they look at them, they go, okay, cash, FHA, or conventional, cash, FHA, and they put all the cash ones in a pile first, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they start looking at the prices that they're offering and other contingencies like inspections and things like that. But the cash is one of those major contingencies that sellers love to see.
Right.
So what you're saying is that you can take what would have been a conventional loan person.
Yep, conventional or VA.
Or VA, okay.
Yep.
And vet them prior to them going shopping, so that when they find something within their price range that they've already been pre-qualified, pre-approved for.
Pre-underwritten, as a matter of fact.
Pre-underwritten, okay, all right. That they can then put that offer in as a cash offer. And the only difference between a true cash offer and this cash offer might be the fact that it needs to appraise.
Right.
And we can work around that too.
Right, right. And we just want to protect our buyers, protect the investors, make sure that they're making a sound investment and protecting the new home that they're purchasing. But it gives them that edge against certainly any other finance offers, and lets them know to the seller that they're serious, lets them know to the seller that they want to close the house. I mean, how can we help buyers get homes? Well qualified buyers get homes, and that's definitely one of the tools.
They're showing the sellers that they're serious because they've already gone through the process of getting vetted.
Absolutely.
They're pretty much what a mortgage person would do to get to a closing table, right?
Yeah,
they're doing with you guys to get that cash offer status.
We do all that up front. We collect all the docs up front.
Yeah.
Get them, we call it a platinum pre-approval.
Yeah.
And get them in front of an underwriter so that we know that we can actually, when we present that offer to the seller, they're rock solid.
Okay, and so this is fairly new to Maine. I know you came by the Fontaine offices up in Auburn a month or two ago, but a month ago?
About a month. It's only been in Maine about a month.
Yep. And talk to us about the program. The people who support you or promote you, the agents need to go through some kind of a certification, correct?
Yes.
Which is what I did. I went through a testing certification.
Absolutely.
To be able to offer this to my clients.
And the reason we do it is we want to help educate our partners like yourself to be able to speak to your clients. So when they ask the questions, it's all coming from a single source. You've been trained and you've had a little extra education on the program, so that when you're out there speaking, because there's a lot of programs out there, this one's definitely unique in the state of Maine, that you can speak a little bit more intelligent may not be the best way to describe it, but more educated and more trained.
Right.
Yeah.
And fortunately, one of the guys I'm working with has been working his way through your program to get platinum
pre-approved. Yeah.
And that's been great. And you guys have been excellent, and communication's been good, and it's been helpful to me as an agent to learn how this process works so that I can bring in new buyers also in this way. Now, you mentioned something, and I didn't hear this before, but you mentioned something about if you needed to sell a home. So,
Yes.
so you can do this for people who would normally have a sale of home contingency?
We can.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about that,
We
because
can.
I may know someone that's
Yeah,
doing
so
that.
this is called buy now, sell later,
Yep.
and very new to the state of Maine.
Okay.
So what we do is we put the Cash Keys program puts the buyer's home or
Yep.
the existing home under contract,
Yep.
and on a conditional contract. So it allows them to go out and search for a new home without having the home sale contingency on their letter.
Okay.
Which typically, as a listing agent, when you see that, I mean, that
first ones that get put.
yeah, that goes to the bottom of the
Yeah,
list. So
yeah.
what we're doing is we're elevating that to the top of the list, because the way it works is that Cash Keys will actually purchase the home for them.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they're now using the cash offer program and with no home sale contingency.
Okay.
Allows them to close on the home. They can move into the home, and you as the agent need to list their home within 2 weeks and sell their home within 6 months.
Oh wow!
But
So
you
there's
can-
plenty of time, especially as long as they've got a home that makes sense. It's,
Absolutely.
they could sell that in within a couple of months. Would be the max in this market typically.
Yeah.
Would be to get from getting on the market and getting to a closing. So. In talking to you today, I thought we'd be talking a lot to buyers, but in reality, we're talking a lot to sellers right now also. Because sellers need to know what this product can do for them in getting them a really well-qualified buyer to sell their home to and make it easy for them.
100%.
And if they needed to sell prior to getting a home or have a contingency, now that you guys can handle that also.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's pretty amazing stuff right there.
Absolutely. I mean, traditionally, lenders bring buying programs
Yeah.
to the table, but some of these are actually listing programs.
Yeah.
And how can these folks that are putting their home on the market know they're going to get the best opportunity to sell their home and close on time? There's no waiting for clear to close anymore.
Yeah, and that's exciting because one of the as listing agents like I do a lot of listings. One of the biggest problems we have, or one of the biggest problems our potential sellers have, is they don't know where they're going to go. What am I going to do if I sell my house? And I've been there. We sold a house in Saco, and we had to go live in a winter rental for a month while we got our new house.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. The weather wasn't great. It could have been nicer while we were down there. It was March, I think, or April. It was nice being near the beach, but the weather was terrible for those 3 weeks. But we did it. But in this case, we wouldn't have to necessarily move out of our house. We could get it all done and have still that cushion and plenty of time to do it. Yeah. Okay, that's a big deal for the seller, for sure.
That answers the question. We'd love to sell, but where do we go? You can find the home and then sell. Yeah. Or marry them up together and just have a traditional buy-sell transaction.
Yeah, sure. Which in this market can happen quite easily also, because these move so quickly. That's awesome. So for the buyers, we're giving them the ability to have a better contingency when it comes to the lending portion of that purchase and sale agreement. For the sellers, we're giving them the potential to be able to go out and find a home prior to selling their home, but still have the guarantee that the home's going to get sold.
Absolutely. It's removing the red tape.
Okay.
So I think everyone in the process, from start to finish, really wants to make these as easy as possible.
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing our part as best we can to help facilitate that.
Okay, so talk a little bit about where this money comes from. Like, it just doesn't appear that you can't just say, well, you can have a house. You're not like, what is it, Ellen or Oprah?
Oprah,
one for you, right? So what happens? Where's this money coming from? How does that all work?
Yeah, so Annie Mac Home Mortgage and Annie Mac Cash2Keys are two independent companies. So Annie Mac Cash2Keys is actually funded by private investors that have come together to create this organization to help fund these purchases. And I can tell you these numbers are super rough, that in the couple hundred transactions that we've had to do, the Cash2Keys program has only had to step in and purchase maybe a dozen of them. And I may be over that number.
And again, those potentially could be because somebody loses their job just before they close, or they go out and buy a Maserati just before they close.
We've seen all sorts of things.
All the things you're not supposed to do.
All the things you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it gives the way that the cash or non-contingent offers are viewed by sellers, it's just different.
Yeah.
And
but in that case, I just want to back up again, but in that case, the seller still sells their home.
100%.
Yeah, they don't just lose the transaction. You guys are guaranteeing that.
Yep. And
so you're on the hook part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's definitely risk on our side.
Yeah.
But
and then you tend to work with the buyers after to get them into the home.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
We don't want to buy homes. That's not the intent of this program. But
your investors are investing to make money.
Right.
That's what investors do.
Yeah.
We all do for investing. Yeah. So they want to make a profit on whatever they're doing. So there's that pool of money that they're putting up that you're able to use to guarantee these transactions, basically. Okay.
Great story. Helped a gentleman who was trying to find a home for months and months and couldn't find a home, and then a second offer using the cash offer program got accepted.
Nice.
Which is a great
feeling.
And
do you know if the cash offer was a part of what made them want to do it?
I mean, from what we're being told, it was.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't know or whatever, but that's good.
Right, yeah. From what, and a cool stat is that the average number of offers that buying agents have to write has been high, maybe double digits. Yeah. This will reduce that number to 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Because
and for the sellers, again, it gives them more qualified people. We're finding in the marketplace now. So this is August 1st.
August 1st.
Thank you.
Happy August.
Happy August. It's my daughter's and son-in-law's anniversary.
Oh, excellent.
Which I just found out because my sister-in-law posted it on Facebook. So I texted them and said, "Hey, happy anniversary!" And I texted my wife. I'm like, "Hey, did you remember?" Yeah, bad dad, right? But so in August, what we're finding in the marketplace now is that because the interest rates have gone up, it's knocked out a lot of the people who might have been stretching for home ownership. And so there are less people looking at homes. Showings are down. Offers coming into the sellers are down in most cases. Not in all. There's still some outliers out there that are getting a bunch of showings and a bunch of offers. But for the most part, everything's down a little bit. But what we're finding is the offers are still qualified. There's still good, offers money-wise. But so we're really whittling down the buyer pool to a very serious buyer pool. And what you're offering, I think, would be the ability to then take that mortgage buyer one step further and giving them the ability to put in the cash offer.
100%.
And then give them that leg up. So that's amazing. So is there anything else about the Cash2Keys that I didn't ask about? Because I don't know about it. You know about it.
Yeah, no, you asked some great questions. That's really what it is. I mean, these are programs to help folks get into homes.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming into the doghouse and talking a little bit about this. It's exciting because it's a new program, and there are always a lot of new programs out there. Yeah. And I think as the market continues to change, I think that the home values are going to stay high-ish, but giving the buyers that edge is going to be important. So I
think these programs should always be around. It's not just a 6 to 12 month thing. I think these will always be around to help buyers get more serious.
Model. All right, thanks. All right, well, good luck to you, and let me know if I can do anything for you, and I'll obviously be reaching out to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And so to the rest of you guys, don't forget, today's the day. Don't dog it.